Hey YouTube, it's your girl Felicia Catton, and I'm back with another video. But this time, it's a little special. It's a family affair. I have my cousin, Talisa J, and then my other cousin,
Princess J.
And today we're going to talk about this whole little situation with Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and August Alsina. Y'all already seen the tea. So we just got finished watching the Red Table Talk, and now we're going to tell y'all our little thoughts. So who want to start it off?
You, because you said what you said right before. Go ahead.
Okay, so look, my personal opinion, I feel like Will and Jada, that's like a everlasting type of love or whatever. I don't feel like they're gonna divorce. I feel like August kind of used this thing as to sell records. He tried to take the Beyonce Lemonade approach, but it didn't work like that. You feel me? What y'all think?
I think the same thing. I honestly feel like August could have kept it to himself. And now that we see that he brought this story out years later, he should have more than kept it to himself.
Definitely.
Right.
They had a real grown conversation. Like, people don't do that nowadays. And you can see it through the video for sure.
And that's good for the millennials to see that type of communication, that type of trust, that type of understanding, because I think everybody is so caught in just being, black and white, just doing everything the right way, when honestly, us as human beings, we go through so many emotions. We're emotional human beings. So therefore, you're gonna have moments in your relationship where it's tested. You're gonna, go through life and find, times where you're lost. But you have to have that partner beside you to stick it through.
That's true, because it seemed like from like the beginning of everything, I felt like Jada was kind of surprised, like, oh shit, like where did this come from? Like, why are you bringing this up? This was like a private situation, and you brought it, like Will said, now Black Twitter feel like is their business too. And it's just like, I felt like the whole situation could have been handled. I felt like he fell in love, and he wasn't supposed to fall in love. As a side dude, you're not supposed to fall in love with a person, like, especially dealing with like married people. For her, it was like, okay, this is something new. This is a quick little, you feel me? And it was just like, okay, back up. You catching too much feelings. Like, I'm still married over here. Like, I could still work this out with my partner. But you like, I love you, baby. Like,
it's me. You
leave me.
Yeah,
it's just like,
no.
You fun,
Whoa.
It's a quick little fun little thing. You're something new. But I felt like this whole Red Table Talk, it showed so much, like you said, millennials that in your relationship, you're going to go through some things. And it's how you fix it and go through the storms. You can go through the storms, but baby, I'm going to fight through you like it's the hurricane. I'm going to swim up. You from New Orleans. You understand. So I'm still going to fight for my marriage and what I really love. And it's like, it shows me what type of man I kind of want. Like, you going to love me through the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. It's just how you come out of it. It makes the relationship, because 25 years, your relationship ain't gonna go that strong.
25 years.
Yeah, like, I know 6 months I get bored. Like, I don't want you. Like, I don't know if I can make it. But you talking about a marriage, not no little kid.
Lifelong commitment.
Yeah, no little thing.
Lifelong commitment. We in this together. And what's so funny is another thing I wanted to point out is they didn't really, well, when Will asked, she didn't really say when it happened.
We just know like, it
happened 4 years ago, whatever. But she was trying to kind of get it out of her, but she really wasn't being specific. Exactly. Like, okay, well, you were mentoring him, you were helping him, and then y'all kind of intertwined into something. And then, possibly you guys separated after that because he felt like, you needed to find yourself. Like, that timeline didn't really was like, it wasn't.
She wasn't giving it a full detail.
Because it's still a private matter, though. It's definitely still a private matter.
It's very true, but I just feel like he just wanted her to be honest about it, and just honestly, just tell all your truth right now, so that way you can just get it.
But you did all the truth in front of all these people for them. What they talked about privately,
it
could be something more.
And they probably worked through their marriage, and they went through this before, and it's like now it's to the forefront. Like, Let me show you
Right.
where the people, what we already discussed.
Yeah,
Because we
right.
secure where we at.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, you know, you
And
caught
none of y'all
feelings, but
opinions, none of y'all tweets, none of y'all hashtags, none of y'all memes. It's gonna mess up anything
we got going on.
Smith household.
'Cause
I'm
we
trying
good.
to tell you.
We good.
But I love that. I love that they're showcasing strong Black love. Because at the end of the day, they touched on so many great points about, you know, not really, or what is it, wanting more, you know what I mean, wanting to feel something different.
Yep.
And, you know, and sometimes we're just afraid to tell our partners that, and we just go the other way when they just show right now. You just have to be honest and upfront with your partner, because if not, then you're gonna, you know, you're gonna fall off. But I love Will for allowing her to fall off, but still having open arms to catch her.
Sure
to
did.
come back like, I love you in this bad, but come on, I'm
Right.
gonna pull you
Pull you
through. I'm gonna pull you back on this boat.
Right. Pull you back on this boat.
It's definitely a rocky
yeah. So that was like a really, really good thing. And I'm just like, I'm rooting for their marriage. I feel like I've always looked up to them and how they play things, whether they were swingers or not, because I honestly feel like I think people need to be more honest with themselves. Can you really be with somebody for the rest of your life when you get married at 20? When you get married at 25, 30? You get what I'm saying? We don't know how long.
You're a different person.
Are you going to be able to weather those storms every decade of your life? You get what I'm saying? With this person, you're gonna feel things different. It's we changing our mind about little things like this.
We don't even know how we want our hair next week. Okay, so
Exactly.
As you can see,
we say, I'm gonna go natural, I promise, and then you see that
I'm like, ooh, I
that
think
new
I'm really
Brazilian,
get that. Like,
I'm about to get that. So it's like, yeah, you kind of, you know, but I just love, like, they just like this, though. They like that, you know, and the kids understand they're living freely, and I feel like I've never seen them in a bad place, honestly, and I feel like they've always looked happy to me, whether they were down or not. So I just feel like that understanding that they got is something I want to have in my relationship.
so how do you guys feel about the things that's happening on social media with men kind of really bashing Jada for everything that she's in, like, you're wrong, you're this, you're that? In my opinion, it's like, men can do whatever they want to, and it's nothing, because it's normal for a man to want more, but it ain't normal for women to want more in a relationship.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they always want us to, you know what I
sit
mean?
back
Like,
and
do
be
everything
okay.
by the book. And I think what they're showing now is nothing is by the book. We can make our own rules. So for you to get mad at a woman for doing something a guy could do times 10, that's not cool. It was one person. But when you got a man in a position, it's a 3 few of them. You get what I'm saying? Maybe somebody had a baby by now. You get what I'm saying? They're not always careful, right?
That's like Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, the break baby.
Yep.
The only difference, it wasn't the man that had the baby. I'm not saying Jada or August had a baby or anything. I'm just saying, you know, if a woman had a baby during a break period, can a man actually handle that?
Can he handle it?
Can he handle that?
And
If she
the answer
came back
is
and
no.
said, nope. If she said, I'm pregnant, but I still want to be with you, is that
It's like,
okay?
I don't know if I want to do all that.
No,
You
they
know,
want us to backflip, jump through Sonic hoops.
Yeah.
They want us to do all types of stuff. They want us to do everything and still collect the coins through it all.
And be
And
quiet.
it's just like, and be quiet. And it's like, that's not fair. So that's why I was like, I think what will differ us is just to show how a man handles it.
On the other end.
On the other end.
On the other
And
end.
we don't need no diss track. We don't need no song. We don't need no tweet. We don't need no nothing. We don't need none of that when you hurt. You got to work through it on your own. You get what I'm saying? And it's funny that they don't call out the men that actually do this to the women, but the men can name drop any male, any female. I mean, in their song. But when a male do it to a female, it's like, you know, they could just say all their business and whatever, and nobody blinks an eye. That's not cool.
It's not at all. Like, but I like seeing how strong they were, because you can see they pushed through it. Like, you gonna work things. Like, now I know at a marriage, it's gonna be a lot of bad parts and it's different things.
But
like,
that's what they try to hold us from seeing. They always want us to think that it's supposed to be, you know, we're married and the death do us part and all this stuff, and which is true, but it's the other stuff in between that deaf doers part that we gotta know about, and they're not educating us on. So that's why I appreciate them for coming up and actually showing us what a real marriage
is.
look like.
Especially after 25 years.
Yeah, and then it's like
years.
we see different stuff from televisions and TV shows. They show like the breakups, but it shows on the male side, and we get to see different aspects. Like, you gonna feel like this, sis. Like, you gonna go through some things, but I'm gonna show you some things that I went through as well and how we push through. Because women can hurt men. We're not discarded. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing from having those feelings too of wanting more. And another thing in a relationship, you want to be able to keep being pursued. Like I told you guys earlier, Boris, Kojo, and Nicole, she kept saying like, I want to date. Like, you ain't doing something. What you did 10 years ago ain't satisfying me now. Because you got to keep things light. I'm growing as a person too. You got to keep getting to know your partner.
Excite me, you know, now. You know, that stuff you did 10 years ago is not exciting anymore. You gotta think a little out the box, but
keep learning your partner.
You gotta keep learning it. But they always expect us females to kind of be the one to hold that and take on that role. But it's like, no, the man needs to kind of take back and get a notepad and a pen and take some notes too and do their work, because it's not a one-way street.
It's definitely not. So, what do you guys both? Well, all three of us can answer the question about your relationship in the future. Like, what would you take from this situation to kind of understand your partner with things? Or do you feel like you'll have more of a friendship where you guys can be able to express how y'all actually feel to see, would you take a break? Would you be open to an open marriage? Like, what would you guys see in the future or handle if that was you guys in that situation?
It's on you, boo. I'm gonna take a sip of this wine.
Exactly.
Yes, it's really good.
I think just communicating with your partner the whole time. Like, you need to communicate to know that I need something more, or you're not giving enough. You know, so if you could keep communicating the whole time, I feel like you can do that. You can make it to 25 years and then some. And like you said, if we decide to take a break or swing, do whatever we want to do, spice it up, we communicated that. We're on the same page with that. Don't just do it on your own. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
As long as you communicate that, you will last more than 25 years. It takes hard work.
Yeah, like definitely. Like, okay, so we're all cousins. We're first cousins, and honestly, the only type of relationship we seen was our Auntie Canary and Uncle Littleman. They were married for 50 years. I remember we went to their 50-year anniversary, and the only thing we saw was a loving up front. We don't know behind the scenes or what they talk about, like, baby, this is what you gonna go through, or stuff like that. Those type of things, a lot of people probably don't talk to their family members about. You just see a loving up front. Like, for instance, you know, I want to put our business out there, but like our grandfather, we didn't know our grandfather wasn't really our grandfather. But that was still a loving up front. My personal opinion, I felt like our grandpa couldn't live with our grandma, so that's why he lived around the corner. I was like, I see she crazy, so I understand why you live around the corner. But it's stuff like that. All you see was a loving up front. We don't know that as kids. You don't ask questions like that. Like, how's your relationship? You're 10 and 11. But that's all you see is love. So I felt like we got to see the behind the scenes of stuff. And the day and age with social media, we see relationships out on the front and be like, a lot of people be judging so much, but it'd be like, girl, do you know what's going on in your household? Like, it's so crazy.
So, for my behalf on what I learned, I would say is to keeping your relationship private. And a lot of things private due to the fact that, it was some speculations, but for this to have really went down 4 years ago, that just shows that they are still tight. And I love that. I love the fact that, you know, they kept it private because, like I said, it gives you a chance to really just communicate with your partner without outside opinions. So I think we all do this a bit too much. Either get, advice from our girlfriends, our family, our mama, you know what I mean? But do we ever really take those questions to our partner? Do we ever really have that conversation before the conversation with someone else?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Do we have with our partner, and to be upfront, or do we tell them the whole truth? So that's what I've learned a lot is from the situation is just that you need to just find someone that you can be upfront with. You can pretty much live your love life private in a way, but still be there for one another. I just really admire their balance. I really, really do.
Yep. That's right.
I definitely do. You guys
So what
wanna-
about you, Miss Philly?
What's your question?
My question.
What is your question?
Question. What did you learn from this, and how are you gonna implement this in your love life?
Communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I definitely see. Because
Yep.
watching it, you could tell they communicated, they talked about it, they
Mhm.
went through the healing process with each other.
Yep.
And you don't need a TV or a camera or anything like that. They went through it privately to each other. And I felt like that's something I want to take. So if I ever get married, we gonna talk. We gonna be communicating. You gonna understand where I'm at the point of my life. I love you, but at this point in my life, this is how I feel with X, Y, and Z. So that's what I really learned.
Yeah, just being comfortable enough, like I said, to be honest, and like you said, just to have a conversation, period, about what I truly feel. So
Definitely.
that is something, that we can take with us, because we all still single on our grown woman stuff. And that's why I appreciate this conversation, because the millennials need to see it doesn't have to be perfect, but an understanding is needed.
Yeah, because when you grow up, all you know is about you about to get married with a white picket fence. That's all the American dream is, with a dog and some kids. But they ain't going to tell you going to go through X, Y, and Z. So I kind of like this. I really enjoyed it, you feel me? What about you?
I already answered it, but yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been sipping this wine just a little bit. You feel me? But
you said the goose don't get me started.
Hey!
So now I'm on in the pond.
Wow.
Said the goose. No, that ain't good.
But that's really our take about the red table talk and the whole situation. The only thing I do want to say is August. I know you've probably felt you lost the love of your life. You gonna find love again. This was an experience to help you grow for your next situation.
And heal.
It definitely did.
I could see in Jada eyes, she would have healed me too. No,
you fine, Jada. You fine,
girl. No, on the real note though, by watching her red table talk, she asked the right questions. You get what I'm saying? So I know she asked him the right questions to target what it is that was bothering him or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cause she be in church. She be like, her little episodes. Some of her episodes make me cry because I feel like it personally is talking to me. So I can see it like, damn, Jada, you right, baby. You right. Like I can see it. Cause like I told them, I felt like it was a situation they was getting to know each other. They was talking. She was initially helping him, but he was helping her. So I can see it might, a little sip of the wine, they probably both smoke some weed, you never know, and stuff happened. But I think I really enjoyed it, and I feel like people need to really watch this. If you're married, single, wanting to be married, this is something you really need to watch and understand, because the dynamic of their relationship was everything. So yeah.
Yep. It was one more thing I wanted to touch on. What did we just talk about? Jada said.
Oh, when she said, I need to feel something.
Oh,
She was like, I need to feel something. I need to feel something.
I don't want to put Will on the blast like that.
Oh, she hit him with that one.
Apparently, she needed to feel something. But I know I was going
It's been a long time since she felt something.
Girl, we
was
all
like,
about the breaking the back, honey. We get it. Will ain't got the like he used to. It's cool. We get it.
He ain't getting jiggy with it.
Oh God. But what was I gonna say for real? Y'all playing too much.
You didn't figure it out yet?
I know, I'm
Okay.
trying.
Okay.
Okay, what were we just talking about? Because she can edit this.
Oh, your eyelashes are so cute.
Thank you.
Feel good.
No, what we just talking about before
communication, relationship,
I've been
honest conversation, having a good partner.
Yeah.
I know you gotta recap the whole thing.
Right.
Because she said something I wanted to touch on. She needs to feel something.
She needed to feel good. Will was looking at her.
She didn't feel like it in a long time.
She didn't feel like that in a long time, yeah.
I forgot it. I had it, but Daddy was talking. I was like, I'm
All
trying
right.
to hold it, and it was slipping.
Say something else.
Right.
Something gonna trigger it.
It was something we were just talking about with Jada. Oh
I know.
God.
Well,
Oh,
What'd
you
you
said
say?
she basically, she would reel you in.
Where you in?
She reel you in. You know the way she was talking, the way she
Mhm.
connected
Oh
with you
yeah,
as
I
a
said.
partner
Yeah, I
and
said.
a therapist, whatever.
Yeah, I said. Oh, Jada would have healed me.
She would have healed me. All right, yeah.
Just close it out.
But, you know.
for sharing your story.
thank you guys for tuning in to a, something new. A family Friday, Friday family, conversation about the Red Table Talk. I want to thank my cousin Talisa and Princess for coming through, with the YouTube views, But, hopefully you guys have a wonderful weekend, and make sure you guys tune in to this Tuesday at 8 p.m. for a whole new episode of In the Music. Peace out.